All right. So if we look at the cow eye here, let's start with the outermost layer. Let me focus it. And y'all tell me, what is this front piece here? This is the cornea. Now, of course, it doesn't look very clear and transparent, but it's because it's dead, fixed tissue. There's light no longer going through it. So in a healthy eye, it would be clear, allowing light to come through. So then what is all the rest of this outer fibrous layer here? That would be sclera. Now, yes, it is wrapped. There's actually a lot of fat. There's muscle connecting to it. But the outside of the eye, the whites of the eye, would be the sclera. So if we open this up then, so we can take a peek on the inside, I'll show you this kind of goo here. Do you see that goo right there? You don't really have that in your eyes because they've already been open for a little bit. This is that vitreous humor that's in the back of your eye that's keeping the eye round and the pressure so that it doesn't collapse. That's what the vitreous humor looks like. What is this guy right there? That is the lens. So it looks like a little marble. You probably fell out of your eye as you were looking at them. Do you see this black stuff that's connected to it? That's part of a muscle. What muscle connects to the lens? Ciliary body. Let me show you the rest of the ciliary body. If we come in here and we look at the second layer, I'm actually going to flip this inside out. There we go. And so let me orient you. We're now looking at the back of the cornea here, so that clear front portion. And if I press it down, do you see how it makes a hole and how my pointer's going through that hole? What is that hole called? That's the pupil. That's the black circle that you can see when you're looking at someone's eye. So if that's the pupil, what is this black colored muscle right here called? That's the iris, and it makes a little loop here. Now, to tell the iris and the ciliary body apart, let me bring this a little closer. Let me focus. And I want to see, can you see if I can get it focused for you? I want to show you the ridge. There's a little ridge. Hold on. I got to get it just the right angle so the light doesn't. Okay, I think you can kind of see it right here. Do you see how there's kind of glistening right there, and then there's this section, and then the section behind it? This right here is the iris, and the other part back here is the ciliary body. So the iris is surrounding the pupil right here in the middle, going all the way around, and then the ciliary body is on the outer edge, going all the way around. All right, and you can flip yours inside out too if you want to. I'll come around and help you do it in a minute. So those are part of the uvea. There was a third part to the uvea. What was it? What was the big portion with all the blood vessels? It was pigmented. Choroid. There was the choroid. Now, if we look here towards the back, what most of y'all are seeing is this iridescent bluish green color, really pretty in the back of your eyes. We actually don't have that. It's called a tapetum lucidium. It's what gives cows and cats and deer their night sheen. When you shine a light and you get that sheen, it's due to the tapetum lucidium, that iridescent color. It allows them to see better at night. But right under it is this black layer. So you can see a little bit of that black layer, right? So if I flip this behind it, there's that choroid. And so we have a choroid that's just kind of that blackish color without the pretty blue. Now, what you can also see on top of the choroid, the innermost layer, do you see this yellow stuff starting to kind of lift up here? What is that innermost layer called? That's the retina. It is a very thin layer. It's only 3 cells, 3 cells, well, 4 if you count the pigmented layer deep. So it's really, really thin. And so for some of y'all, it will be laid out still a little bit, but for a lot of y'all, it's starting to bunch up and peel off because it's detaching from the choroid. But what you'll probably notice is there's an area where it seems to be attached, and it won't lift up from there. It's all scrunched up. You see how this is kind of attached right here? Even when I pull on it, it's not coming out? Because that's where the axons leave. So there are no photoreceptors there. So what would that structure be where all the cells or the axons are leaving? That's the optic disc. That's the natural blind spot. And so then when you flip it over, what is this thing coming out the backside of it? That's the optic nerve. Now this one's a really long one. A lot of y'all's it will be cut shorter. And you'll look for just this kind of yellowy, smooth looking circle. And it should be right on the backside, kind of opposite of that optic disc. Okay? And that's all the parts of the eye. questions? Anybody grossed out?
Smells better than cat.